So I've lost 14 pounds in about the last month, and I still have a belly. And before anybody says it, I know, I started at 245 pounds. Of course, I still have a belly. I wasn't expecting to lose 14 pounds and suddenly wake up looking like a fitness model. I totally get it. But here's what surprised me. I thought my stomach would be changing like faster than it is. When I look at the scale, 14 pounds feels pretty good. But when I look in the mirror, the first thing I notice is my belly still looks big. And that's been messing with my head a little bit. Because if you had asked me a month ago, losing 14 pounds would look like, I would have said my stomach should be smaller by then. Instead, I look in the mirror and I think, okay, where did 14 pounds go? And that's what I want to talk about today, because I think this is where a lot of guys quit. You lose weight, you do the work, the scale starts moving, but the thing you wanted to change most doesn't seem to be changing fast enough, aka the stomach area. When I started this journey, I had this picture in my head: lose weight, the belly shrinks, problem solved. Simple, right? But real life, it just doesn't seem to work that way. The scale has moved, my energy's better. I'm actually much stronger. Some people are starting to notice, which is great. But the thing I wanted to change most, that's the thing that feels like it's been taken forever. And for a minute, I started wondering, am I doing something wrong? But here's what I'm thinking. One thing I've learned over the past month is that the scale and a mirror, like, they don't always agree. The scale says I'm down 14 pounds and the mirror says, hold on, wait, not so fast. And that can kind of mess with your head, because when you're carrying most of your weight around your stomach, that's where your eyes go every single time. You don't notice your face, you don't notice your chest, you don't notice your clothes fitting a little bit differently. You look at the one thing that you're frustrated with. At least I do. And that's what I was doing. So then I started looking at my progress photos, because I've been taking progress photos every couple weeks, which I'll share in a future video. And that's when I realized something. My belly is actually changing. It was quite a bit when I compare the progress photos, which is awesome. So lesson one is take progress photos. And I also think another problem is that I had unrealistic expectations. But just when you hear 14 pounds, it sounds like a pretty good amount of weight, right? But when you're starting at 245, 14 pounds is a small percentage. What you don't see, though, are the small changes happening week after week. The slightly looser shirt, like the better workouts, the energy, the fact that I'm a little bit leaner than I was a month ago. Like, I've had mornings where I look in the mirror and I thought, is this even working? And I think one of the biggest lessons for me has been realizing that progress is usually pretty boring when it happens. Like, you don't wake up and look different. Like, you look different because of what you're doing over and over again over weeks and months. So what's the real big lesson for me here? It's how I'm thinking about the process. Every other time I've tried to lose weight, I'm looking for proof. And of course, I'm still looking for proof. But at those times, I wanted evidence that what I was doing was working. And if I didn't get that evidence fast enough, I start second guessing everything. Different diet, I need a different workout plan. Maybe what I was doing just wasn't working. So this time feels different, not because I think I got it all figured out. I'm still learning. Not because I'm all disciplined all of a sudden. It's because I'm starting to accept that it takes longer than I want to. And honestly, it took a while to put this on. It's going to take a while to take it off. So yeah, 14 pounds down. My belly's still big. I know that. But when I compare where I am today versus where I was a little over a month ago, I can see the difference. And most importantly, I can feel the difference. And for the first time in a long time, I'm really not chasing this perfection. I'm just trying to win today. One workout, one meal, one day at a time. If you're in a similar journey, let me know in the comments. Let me know your starting points. I'd love to hear where you're at. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.